Namaste, I'm Dr. Robert, and today on 5-ish Minutes with Dr. Robert, my subject is the use of gemstones in the context of Jyotisha. We can refer to this as Ratnaupaya. Ratna means a gem, a jewel, and Upaya means a remedy. Let me be very frank and say that a gemstone is not the first remedy that I would suggest to anyone for any kind of jyotishical situation. And the main reason for this is, as my Jyotish guru, Mantriji, iterated and reiterated, a gemstone is not going to improve the situation of the planet. A gemstone is only going to increase the energy of that planet. So people will say, oh, you have a weak Saturn. Here, use this blue sapphire. Oh my God, OMG, no. You want only to use those gemstones that are going to benefit because they're going to re-stimulate and encourage. You only want to use those gemstones that are going to support planets that are already good in your chart. And even then, you want to be very careful because most planets are not completely and uniformly good. So they're going to increase all of the influences of that planet in your chart. So you need to be very careful. You only want a gemstone that is going to be almost always either the gemstone for the Lord of the Ascendant or the 5th house or the 9th house, one of the Kona houses. I remember seeing a so-called text on Jyotish once that said, oh, you should always wear gemstones that are applied to the 2nd Lord. What an insane thing to suggest, because the 2nd house is a Maraka house. You will be encouraging your own death to come in your direction if you do that. Number 2, if you really want to use a gemstone, for it to have some effect, it needs to be at least 2 carats. It needs to be flawless. It needs to be clear. It can't have been burned, meaning heat treated or irradiated so that it will become brighter. It can't have had anything done to it. It needs to be natural. And this is another reason why I don't always encourage gemstones, because as Mantri would say, if somebody comes to you and you say, well, you need a 2-carat diamond, that person is going to probably go away even more miserable than before, because if they were in a good situation in their life, they wouldn't need the 2-carat diamond, which is going to be something they probably don't have the money for. It is particularly important also with diamonds, but even more with blue sapphires. Every diamond, but even more, every blue sapphire is very specific to the individual. So it used to be, it may still be in some parts, but it used to be always in India, that if you were going to get a blue sapphire, which you would only do under very specific circumstances because it will increase very strongly the influence of Saturn in your chart, you would go to the jeweler. He would give you a stone, you would tape it to your arm, and then you would go out into the street. And if you were run over by an elephant, then you would walk back in and say, this is not the right stone for me. And if you walked out and somebody handed you a bag full of gold coins, then you would walk back in and say, this is great, please set it, I'm going to pay you for it right now. So gemstones can be useful. I personally encourage people, if they want to work with stones, to start off with uparatnas. An uparatna is a secondary stone. Yes, they're not going to give you the same intensity of effect, but yes, they're not going to give you the same intensity of effect. So you're going to be able to find out whether you can digest it or not. So instead of a 2-carat flawless ruby, maybe you get a 2 or a 3 or 5-carat flawless red garnet, for example. Or maybe instead of a 2-carat flawless natural pearl, you get a 2-carat or a 5-carat flawless moonstone. Work with something smaller first. And remember that when you do it, just wearing the thing is going to increase the influence of the graha, but may not necessarily provide a more refined experience. So you're going to want to work with a mantra at the very least, or with some other kind of influence that is going to encourage that gemstone to work in a positive direction for you, and you not just hoping that you will, or thinking or imagining that you're going to put the gemstone on and all of your problems are going to be solved. This is Dr. Robert. hoping that everybody is going to think very carefully before they use any gemstone.